Hello and welcome to the Nomads of Fantasy, a weekly movie and video game podcast where we make a new universe our home every week. This week we are
recapping the month.
Recapping the month, yes. October 2022. To kind of catch up on what we've been playing and watching this past month, I guess, of September and a little bit of October. But we're here today with Eric.
Hi, I'm Eric. Nice to meet you.
And also with Brandon.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, everybody. Nice. All right. Well,
wait, who are you?
Who are you?
I'm Dave. I'm just Dave. You're
just Dave.
Your host for this week. Yeah, and we're here to just talk about what we've been catching up on since September, October. We usually,
yeah, we're a little behind.
We're a weekly podcast where we kind of we're reviewing a movie or a film, but we don't always have time to get in those little nitty gritty details that we want to on a lot of stuff we watch and play. So, who's up first? Who's got the most? Brandon.
I want to go first.
List.
Yeah, because I watched this a while ago, and it still bothers me today. And it's dude, it's hands down the worst movie I've seen in a long time, man. The movie is Pinocchio. It came out on Disney Plus.
How is it so bad? It's got
Pinocchio.
Tom Hanks. It's directed by Zemeckis. What?
It's a classic tale.
I know.
Everybody knows it.
And I don't think I'm the only one that has this feeling, right? I think other people are bashing on this movie.
Oh yeah, I mean I haven't seen
sure
it, but that's the main consensus that I've seen.
It's just like, when you have a classic cartoon, this is one of the classics. I mean, like when they play like the opening song to a Disney logo, it's from When You Wish Upon a Star. This is a very important movie, I think, to Disney. It's a classic and it's part of your brand. And for them to do what they did with this, it felt clunky. It felt disjointed. It had no charm.
I didn't really see any hype around it. I didn't see any build up to it. It just
right. I think people knew.
Like, if I wasn't,
I think they spent money and knew.
If I didn't hear from you, I wouldn't have even known it came out.
Dude,
it's kind of crazy.
And like with Tom Hanks being in it, you're like, well, surely it's got to be of quality because that's a big.
It's got to be watchable, yeah. At least with Tom Hanks.
And he is really bad in it, and he does a really shitty Italian accent in the beginning of the movie. It's completely gone at the end.
It's like Princess Leia in Star Wars.
Yeah,
Chris Pratt's Mario accent.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, we can talk about the trailers that have been coming out, but I don't want to bang on it too much. I'd rather people go and experience it for themselves because I think you have to, because there's been this thing going on with Disney remakes that I don't get, because I actually love their original stuff. When they make a new movie, I don't care if it's Encanto or if it's watching like Sleeping Beauty from the past. I think they're great movies. But these remakes, other than The Jungle Book, I just don't get it. I don't know why they keep doing this. And I guess they're making money on them, but they're just ruining a good thing, I think. And this last one, it just seems like they didn't even pay attention. It was just really bad.
Is it kind of the same story? Not they don't really change anything.
They change enough. They change it. They add enough to it. But it's not even that. I don't even mind the new additions. It's just it felt like it was just not a coherent story, and it just seemed slapped together. And then by the end of the movie, it seemed like everybody was just like ready to go home. Just all right, we're done here. It's just that's the movie. So
they farmed your nostalgia dry, and they got what they needed.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
on to the next one. On to Little Mermaid.
None of these live-action Disney remakes have hit for me. Lion King was no. I mean, I grew up with
the Beast was.
I grew up with Lion King, and it was just not like there wasn't the heart that was in the original. With the live action.
It's inferior.
Live action Aladdin
to
was
the classic.
okay. Live action Aladdin was all right. I enjoyed it enough. And then Beauty and the Beast was okay, but none of them have.
I thought Beauty and the Beast was good.
None of them have blown me away. I think they did Cinderella as well, and I remember that being all right. But yeah,
really, I don't even remember that.
I'll do one more real quick, just because it just came out, and I didn't even finish watching it. I had to get up and go design something or whatever, and I just walked away.
You always start us on a downer of everything.
And I know,
everything you hate.
And the movie was Hocus Pocus 2. I just got up and walked away from it. And my wife was pumped to see this movie. And she loves the first movie. And
yeah, same with my wife.
that and Pumpkin Town or whatever, like, or whatever.
Halloween Town?
Halloween Town, thank you. Are like her go-to Halloween movies. And I was just like, get ready, because we just saw Pinocchio. She's like, yeah, that was terrible. I'm like, this might be terrible too. These sequels, these remakes are kind of meh. So it was really bad. The opening scene of this movie was so bad. The kids.
I know how you hate child actors.
Dude,
I knew it.
Dude, this is the worst kid acting I have seen in a while. And this is a movie. This is a movie. It looked like it was well produced. I couldn't get over the acting. It was really bad. I've seen better on like Nickelodeon.
How much of the movie is child acting though?
It's the whole opening scene, and it's
first
long.
15 minutes or something, maybe.
Oh, did you see it? Oh, okay, yeah.
So, I saw like the first hour or so. I didn't finish it.
It's so bad. It's so cheesy, dude. It's just it's so
big,
bad. And then the music.
I don't think I hated it as much as you, but I thought it was fine. Like, it doesn't hold a candle to the original.
I don't understand how Disney can have all this money and all this influence and have access to all these incredibly talented people and make killer songs like We Don't Talk About Bruno or like the stuff for Moana or any of that stuff. Like, they have access to these really good. They've had Elton John. I know it's not that big. It was more made for TV, but still, the songs were just very, very bad. Not memorable, and I don't know why they were added. You don't have anybody that can write a
Are they
catchy
musicals?
song.
Sorry, I've never
It's
seen
more of a
music.
This one is more of a musical because the first one is not. It had like
I guess I only saw one musical number, and that's when the witches
first
like
show
come
up.
back. Yeah,
dude, it's like a soft rock bebop
but...
dad song. It's just so lame.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but it's just ruining these classics, and this one I'm afraid of. I just wanted to. They're both from Disney. I love myself Disney, but I don't know. I'm just one dad that's just getting a little frustrated with. They're preying on our nostalgia, but they're not improving anything. They're just diminishing it and tainting it. Dare I say?
Did you watch anything you enjoyed this month?
Well, I was gonna say, speaking of classics, we have a classic sequel that we all played this month that is pretty enchanting. It cast a spell on me, but Overwatch 2 came out this
please.
month.
Now, video games, yes. They have been delivering.
Good season for video games.
Yeah, there's a lot coming out these days. I guess we'll put aside the 3 or 4 days that we tried to play Overwatch.
Yeah, the launch was very rough. If you tried at all to get in on those first couple days, it was pretty much impossible.
I get PC was having a better time, but console was not doing well. But we all played. What were you guys' thoughts on the sequel to the original Overwatch?
Once it started working, it was great. Like, I mean, at first I was skeptical. Obviously, you guys have been on the Overwatch train longer than I have. You guys brought me into it semi-recently, over the past couple months or so.
And we were a big fan. Like, we logged in hours of this game back in the day.
Yeah, so, like, I mean, just with my impressions with the original, I think all of the changes that they've done have made sense. And I've whenever they first announced this, I was skeptical because I was always like, why are they doing this? Why do they need to release it as a sequel? And even so, it doesn't really feel like a number 2. It feels more like a 1.5.
It's definitely 1.5.
Well, they had to do the changeover from like regular to free to play. And like you kind of need like a hard break line there where they're changing the loot boxes out for season passes, they're changing the team sizes, or changing the engine over to use the new lighting engine, which the levels look, they do look better.
Oh, they do look better.
I mean, the first one looked gorgeous, but this one looks even better, But I don't, the season pass, obviously that's the model for free to play nowadays. I don't hate it. I kind of do miss the loot boxes a little bit.
It's weird to say, exciting,
but they're more exciting.
Felt better with them.
Yeah, and like obviously with the season pass, you know exactly what you're getting, which is, I guess, a good thing. But But
whoever thought we'd all be saying, "I miss loot boxes."
yeah, I mean, whatever. Like
Such
90%
Well,
of the time, you get
but the thing, like,
crap
when-
in loot boxes. But
When you think about loot boxes, like some games are keeping better weapons from you and you had to unlock them. Or like Star Wars Battlefront 2, they kept complete characters from you. What Overwatch does, which I think is what it's the beauty of Overwatch, is it's all about here's the character. I know that there's some new characters that are kind of gated right now, but I'm just saying in general, like they just were giving us characters with Overwatch 1. They were just giving them to us, and it was great. So the loot boxes were just cosmetics. They just enhanced the great game that you have. With Overwatch 2, there are some new characters, and I know they're making it a little bit difficult for new people to catch up. But it's also like a free game, right? It's very weird. Like Overwatch 2 is doing something that I've never really seen before with a game, and that's why we were concerned, like why are they doing this? But with all the things that they're doing, it's interesting to think about. This game is so big. How do we kind of keep it as is, not rock the boat? Because this is Valve, but like
Blizzard.
what I say? Oh, I'm sorry. I get those guys mixed up because they're both make quality games. Blizzard. Blizzard is very careful when they make an IP, and we've seen with Warcraft, World of Warcraft, how they take care of the fan base and all that stuff. So it is interesting to see, but I don't know. I think it's stunning to look at.
Yeah, new characters are fun. I mean, the changes, it takes a little
And
bit
you'll
to
get them
used to some of the changes
as you play. That's they're making you grind for shit. Is what it. I don't know.
Sort of. There's a weird thing. Like if you owned the first game and you were, you merged your accounts or everything, I think you get the characters like right off the bat, or I don't know. It's really weird. I think there's some weird stuff because I have all the characters, like all the new characters. I think we all have all the new characters. I didn't have to unlock them or anything.
Right. I mean,
If you're jumping in the free to play side and you haven't paid for anything, that's where you got to unlock certain ones.
And I know there was something where if you owned the first game, you got like some stuff, which we all did. So we have everything now. But whatever. Then there's the whole controversy with the phone number thing. Which is gone rolled
now.
Back on that. So.
No, but Call of Duty's Modern Warfare 2 is coming out, and they're doing the phone thing. And
I don't know how they didn't learn from that.
How do you not?
It's the same company. It's fucking Activision Blizzard. I don't know why they didn't just take it out of there as well.
Dumb. Like surely they're not gonna complain about it here, but
right. It doesn't make any sense.
But,
whatever.
But what do you think of the?
I was gonna say all those rocky, weird launch things aside, I think the game itself is like solid.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Like, what do you think of the changes that they did make? Because it is Overwatch 1, but with changes. And they've done changes with characters in the past. So to us, it's not anything new. But to you, this is like the first big change. Yeah. Where some characters are completely rethought.
I like a lot of the... Well, one example, me and Dave were playing the other night. And I tried to use Bastion in the first game with no success. But in the changes they made in Overwatch 2 to Bastion, I love him. Like, I am, like, totally on board with him. I know you're the opposite, Brandon. You were a Bastion. Like, Bastion was one of your mains in the first game. And I don't know if you really like the changes they made to him in Overwatch 2.
Him and Zarya are my two mains. And what they did to Bastion is not that I don't like it. It's throwing me off because it's not how I played with him.
It's different, yeah.
Good news is they're making more changes to Bastion, and Torbjorn have been pulled out of competitive play.
Well, there's bugs with them, I guess, right? They're
going to be tweaking some stuff. Yeah, I don't know if they're making their moves more powerful or nerfing them or whatever. I'm assuming they're going to stay in the same thing, but...
Orisa is probably my favorite changes of the characters. I played a lot with Orisa in the first game, and I like the changes they made to her here.
She's a nasty robot lady.
She's a lot more offensive.
Fuck you up.
Yeah, like... Before, her gun was more of just like, cover fire. Like, you couldn't really actually mess people up with it. But they made her gun more powerful. They gave her that javelin, and they gave her a pretty cool special.
They took away her shields because the big thing was, like, the only shield character really from here on out is Reinhardt. Mm-hmm. And her big thing was constantly being able to shoot out her deployable shield.
Yeah.
Sigma's got one,
they got rid of that.
Which is nice. They left him in.
Okay, and I
shuffling
the other night as well. I have a newfound love for Mei. I never used her in the first game
May's
at
great.
all, but now we were playing Mystery Heroes. I got May, and I'm like, holy shit, May is fucking awesome.
She's strong, dude.
Yeah,
her left trigger, when she shoots the icicle,
Spike.
you hit those people in the head, you can drop people quick. But she freezes anybody. Just get up on them. Just freeze them, and they're frozen. Like,
and she has a self-heal. Any character with a self-heal is always good.
She can self-heal, and you can't really get to her because she puts that ice all around her. And then the wall. The wall is great because you could just fuck with people. Like, oh, you're going to go through that door? No. Or put it in the middle of a battle. I love to do that. Just
it's a
create
great
chaos
disruptor.
Because you can split the team up, and now they don't have their healer protecting them or the tank around, so you can literally divide the battle with her. She's extremely fun to play with and versatile, I think.
She might be one of my new mains because I was playing with her the other night, and I was kicking ass with her.
It's how you know it's a good game, because you want everybody to be your main. Like, at a certain point, you're like, every character has their own unique little abilities to them, and you want to use them in like different situations. Like, you get stuck in a bottleneck, and you're like, oh, somebody go grab Farah and then fly over them and start dropping rockets on them to kind of break them up. Or, there's just different ways to kind of approach and solve every situation.
It's funny how we probably could do an episode dedicated to Overwatch just because of what we're doing right now, just gushing about all the things. But all to say that the changes that they brought to us are positive. We think that this was a good thing that they did, and it looks better, a little better, just with the whole lighting that they did and the models and stuff like that. But I'm excited, and I'm sure there's
I'm weirdly pumped for the PvE stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I think the story stuff is going to be sick.
The new content that they're going to be making is going to be real fun.
Mm-hmm. It's still, nice. It still feels like Overwatch, even though, the major change is it's 5v5 now instead of 6v6, which I thought would feel a lot more different actually playing it. But now, like, actually being in matches, like, you don't even really notice it all that much. I mean,
even the 5 characters, 6, so it was 6 players on a team, 12 players. Now it's down to 10, 5v5. Mm-hmm. And I thought I would notice that, but it really isn't that bad. It actually feels kind of good.
No, and I think it gives more opportunity because it's only 1 tank now, right?
1 tank instead of 2.
2 damage and 1 tank. Yeah. So it changes the dynamic a little bit, and you can't really just sit back and buff up your shields. I mean, you have Reinhardt, but he can only do so much. So kind of forces you
Makes
to
your support healers help. Very important.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
Nice. All right. Well, let's jump over to the next thing. Eric, you got some stuff to talk about. What do you got?
I have a couple things. First I'll start with a show. I watched the new Jeffrey Dahmer show that everybody's going crazy about.
Yeah.
I didn't finish the whole thing. I think my wife did because she loves like true crime, serial killer stuff. So I watched, I think, the first 4 episodes with her, and I thought it was really good. Like, it's something you have to be in the mood for, like that kind of heavy stuff with serial killers, like in all that stuff. I could watch like horror movies, no problem, but knowing that this stuff is based on true events and that it actually happened kind of gets to me a little bit more. I can only watch so much of it before I need to take a break and go play a video game or, watch something else that's a little bit more
You turn on Blippi.
Oh my God. No, thank you. I'd rather watch Dahmer than Blippi. But no, it was good. It was a good show. That's really the only newish thing that I watched, but I did do there's been a ton of games coming out on Game Pass over the last month, and I took like a little bit of a tour through some of the games. I just wanted to touch on a couple quick hits. I'm sure there's some overlap on some of these, so as I go down the list, first one was You Suck at Parking, which I thought was pretty fun. It's a fun little arcade game.
I skipped on that one. I didn't know.
It's fun. It's like it's a little time waster. Like, it's these, I don't even know how to describe them. They're like parking lots essentially. And
little mini levels, yeah.
Yeah, and you don't have like a reverse button, which is kind of cool. So it's like kind of like a isometric top-down perspective of a little car. And you have like 2 or 3 different parking spots that you have to to go to. and you have to kind of time it and line it up so that you land directly in that spot. Like you can't really overshoot it, or else you miss.
Once you stop, your car blows up.
Right. Once you stop,
So if you don't
that's it.
hit the spot, yeah.
So if you,
it's tricky. It's very time trial oriented, where like, time trial, I should say. Did I say that right? But yeah, you end up like replaying the level, trying to get the best time, or you can like hit a jump to like cut a certain part of a level off, or stuff like that. But it's, trial and repeat. I played for, a good chunk of time, but it's a good time waster. This sounds shallow, but
it's a perfect taste breaker for sure.
It is.
Like, because after we played Overwatch 2 the other night, like I'm like, I want to play just one more thing before I go to bed. I'm like, oh, I'll just throw this on and play a couple levels of this. And that was like, it was perfect. It was like 10 minutes. I blew through a couple levels and it was fun. So yeah.
Nice. That's a good one.
It's a good one. Going down the list, Midnight Fight Express was another one that I checked out.
It's on Game Pass?
It is on Game Pass, yes.
Midnight Fight Express.
That is also a fun one. It's like I don't know how to describe it. It's like a brawler. You're just going through these levels, but you upgrade your character as you gain more experience. You can get more moves and combos and like grapples and all this stuff. But you're basically just going through these levels, fighting these dudes, and you're trying to like chain combos together. It's almost like a kung fu movie, but this is also like an isometric top-down kind of perspective. But it's cool.
That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It's almost like Arkham-ish combat a little bit, but it actually gets pretty deep with the combos and skills that you unlock and everything. But yeah, that was another fun one.
Looks cool. Nice.
Let's see what else. Oh, Paw Patrol Grand Prix.
Oh no! It's such a good role.
Listen, whatever. Say what you will about the Paw Patrol games, but this one's actually probably the best Paw Patrol game. It's pretty blatantly a Mario Kart knockoff, but it's a decent one. It's fun. It's fun enough, and I do like that it has the the self-driving mode for the kids, like in
it's a good game.
Mario Kart.
It's well done. It's especially if you play the other Paw Patrol games, which are kind of meh.
They suck.
They're just They're just basic as heck, man.
And they don't even have like voice acting for the pups or anything, but they do in this game, which is nice.
Yeah, and it looks good. It actually looks good. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer this whole episode, but may I bitch for a second?
Go for it. Yeah, I knew this was coming.
Paw Patrol?
So I want to play. This is for kids. Again, this is for kids. Kids turn on a console, they grab a controller, they play the game. All right, that's what it should do. Just like any game. Hey, everybody, you want to play together on the same Xbox and the same TV? All right, grab a controller, turn the game on. All right, everybody, hit the A button so you sign in. Okay, great. Now what? Pick your car. No, what does this game do? Each controller has to sign in to a Microsoft Xbox account, not guest, like any other game.
Since 2002.
Yeah, I don't know why. That's weird.
And how do you make an account to sign in? You have to have a custom email, and they have to verify, and you have to create a profile about this person. So I'm trying to play with my 3-year-old, my 7-year-old, and myself. And I have an account for my 7-year-old. I have an account for myself, but not my 3-year-old. Are you kidding me? I couldn't imagine like a mom or a dad that don't play games buying an Xbox for their kids and they want to play this game. And then they're like, what do I got to do? I got to create 3 more accounts for my kids. I was just like, that is
crazy.
It's ridiculous. There's no way around it either. Like any other game, you sign in, everybody just hits the green button. You're just default. You're just a guest. You're just on that account. I cannot believe that each controller every person has to have a unique Xbox profile and all the things that you have to create. Phone numbers, email addresses. It's just ridiculous. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that
essentially makes it.
Sorry, but I'm just saying that just for a kids game.
No, I didn't try the multiplayer, so I was unaware of that. Like single player, you don't have to deal with any of that. But obviously, if you're trying to play, local multiplayer with your kids or something. That's ridiculous that
like
you have to
win for win for the Switch, because you can literally go on Mario Kart and just grab any version of a controller. What is that, from the Wii? Yeah, that works. And just let's play.
It always confused me why, for multiplayer games for modern consoles, even with the guest stuff, like you have to sign in. Like you said, with the Switch, you just pick up a controller and play. You don't have to worry about accounts or anything like that. It always confused me, but whatever. That's such a weird thing that I don't know why they would put that in there like that.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I was so angry. I didn't play, and I watched my 2 kids play. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'll just watch. But it looked good. Sorry, I'm sorry, but there's things out here that are just annoying me. I don't know why, because there's things I really do like Overwatch 2, and
well, they can't all be great. But Eric, what else you got over there?
I got a couple more things, quick hits. This one was probably my favorite Game Pass game that I played recently. Metal Hellsinger. I really like this game.
Oh, that was like the Doom looking,
it's like retro looking first person game.
No, you're thinking of Proteus. That's a different one that I downloaded, but I haven't played it yet. Metal Hellsinger is exactly like Dave said. It's like Doom and a rhythm game combined. So basically, you're in hell. You're a demon, and the whole thing is you're trying to get your voice back because the devil stole it. And Troy Baker plays a skull, which is pretty cool. He's like your buddy.
Oh man, Troy Baker's in it?
Shit. Yeah. But the whole conceit is it's a fast-paced shooter like Doom, but you have, like, in your reticle, you have these little tracks of the notes going by to the rhythm of the song, and if you shoot on the beat, you do like exponentially more damage. So like, if there's like goods and perfects, so if you get like a perfect on beat, you do way more damage with your guns and your weapons than you would just shooting regularly off beat.
That's cool.
So there's an incentive to try to keep the rhythm, while you're shooting, and you get into these like flow states where you're just like, the music. First of all, the music is fucking awesome. If you like heavy metal, even if you don't like heavy metal, it's still really, really good music. And you just get into these states where you're just going along with the music, shooting these demons, jumping around. Like, it feels really, really good.
How do they tie in reloads with that? Like, if
you reload on the beat. So you
nice.
hit the reload button, and then these like 2 golden reticles will appear, and if you hit that on the beat, you reload faster. Like, you can just hit the reload button and it'll reload, but it'll reload much slower. So it's like active reload. So you hit it, and then if you time it with the beat, hit it again, you'll reload instantly. So they reward you for playing on the beat, but it's really cool. And the variety of weapons is fun, and like the variety of different demons that you're shooting and everything, and the environments are gorgeous. Like, it's really, really well put together, and it's pretty short. Like, I think it's only 4 hours. I didn't beat the whole thing yet, but I looked on how long to beat, and it's relatively short. But there is some replayability of going back and doing different challenges and everything. But no, that is one I would highly recommend, because I was having a good time with it, and I probably will end up finishing that one.
Nice. How about you, Brandon? What else?
No, wasn't there another game on Game Pass that came out? That was like a Castlevania looking game, like an old school looking platformer,
right? Moon something.
Yeah,
I didn't play that one yet. I downloaded it.
Oh, it was fun. It was cool. It's good. It's hard, but I liked it. But if you guys haven't played it, I won't ruin anything for you. But I liked what I dug into.
I did. It was like, it's got a lot of weird like story to it, where I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
I didn't pay attention to the story, but I just liked looking at it. Cool. It was just, I like that. I like when people animate.
Yeah, it's called Moonscars.
Moonscars. Thank you, Dave. Yeah. I really like the look of it. Like I said, I downloaded it, but I haven't actually tried it yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I tried it.
It seemed interesting, but
no, Dave. I was talking about this with Eric earlier. Cat Quest 2. I don't know if it's on sale. It was on sale. We got it for a few bucks, but it's a game I wanted to play. I wanted to play with my son Jack, because we used to play Diablo 3 a little bit together, and like, which is pretty violent, but they're really small on the screen, so it didn't really bother me too much. But Cat Quest 2, which Eric said he played the first one, but Cat Quest 2,
really like the first one, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a Diablo game for kids. It's just
This looks adorable.
It's fun. It's great. And it's kind of also a little bit maybe like I'm trying to think if it's like a Castle Crashers where you kind of constantly swap out weapons or whatever. But it's good. I would highly recommend you check it out if next time it's on sale.
There's a weapon called Excalibur.
Oh god, that's great. It's awesome.
Yeah, and I love that
too.
How much was this?
I want to say I got it for like $4.
It was on sale for
nice.
$3 on Switch
$3
recently.
Okay.
Wow.
But yeah, I love the look of it. It's like the same as the first one, where like you're actually like on the map. Like the map is your overworld, and it looks really cool. Like I like the art style of that and everything. But yeah, I downloaded that.
Cool.
The second
I'll
one,
check that out.
I have to get to that one.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely worth checking out. If you look at it like, yeah, that looks cute, but nobody's talking about it. I don't know if I've had my eye on it for a while, and I saw it was on sale, and I'm really liking it as a parent playing with my kid because that genre is just fun, and it's just cool to get to do it with like pretty colors and not monsters getting beheaded and stuff like that.
New games with the kids is always fun because it's kind of like you guys are both discovering it together, and like it's a little bonding thing when you guys are playing something new or experiencing something. Playing games together is always good.
I mean, me and the two boys, we like to play those beat 'em ups. Like any of those kind of games. Like we were playing the Turtles one, stuff like that. But there's one that's like Viking zombies or whatever that we got. It's really beautiful artwork. That was really fun to play. And oh my god, we're playing Rayman Legends. I forgot I have this on my Xbox. It's gorgeous. Those Rayman games.
Those games are
the
good.
last one that they came out with. It's like Mario, but it's like four players and stuff like that. But it is beautiful. Definitely one of the most beautiful looking platform games I've ever seen. It is absolutely stunning and I forgot. And that game came out a while ago, but yeah, just kind of we just been kind of rocking out a couple times this week, which was nice. Never get to play with my kids.
Nice. I played a game with my kids this month. Also another Game Pass game called Let's Build a Zoo.
I thought you were gonna say Chivalry 2.
Yeah, Chivalry 2 is awesome.
We played that one too. Yeah.
Did you guys play this one at all? Let's Build a Zoo. It's like a top-down pixel zoo.
I think I was like Brandon.
Kind of game.
I looked at the screenshots and I was like,
and it shows menus and I know. I was like, what is this, homework?
It's more for like the kid to just kind of screw around with and like, oh, we get hamsters or whatever, and they're adorable, and you put a trampoline in there and the pixel hamsters jump on the trampoline and kids thinks it's hilarious. And then I have to come in after like let them play for a little while, and then you got to come in and the adult has to like, oh, get your zoo back on track and get you like you're $10,000 in debt, and make sure that they don't plummet their zoo into obscurity. But it's not quite a kids game. It's got a very kidsy feel to it, but you're breeding animals, and it's kind of weird because you can breed like a duck and a camel, and you can make a damel or something like that, and it'll be like a camel with a duck's head on it, and you trade it to another zoo for different animals. But it's a little simulator. I wish it was a little easier for the kid to play with, so he'd maybe an infinite resources mode or something like that. But that one was pretty fun. It was kind of just random. That just kind of popped into the rotation because it looked adorable.
Did you check out that Disney one that came out? That's kind of like Stardew Valley.
Dreamlight Valley. Yeah.
Dreamlight Valley. I saw a little bit of it. I didn't watch
cute.
too much of it to actually get...
No,
I've heard good things about it.
I played it with my kids. Like, we all were just taking turns. Like, all right, little guy, like the 3-year-old or whatever. Like, here you go. Just go hold down the A button and just get rid of all those nasty roots. Those evil roots that are taking over the town. Oh, okay. And then, like, here's a pickaxe. Take out the rocks, And then me and the other kid will go and, like, solve, like, the puzzles or whatever. But, it's fun. It's just chill. There's, like, no immediate threat.
Yeah, it seems kind of like
that's good. Yeah,
Stardew Valley with
you're just
Disney
doing
characters.
Yeah, you're just doing stuff.
You're building your farm and you're talking to people.
But it's rewarding to the kids because they know the characters. Like the first character you meet is like the wizard from is it Merlin from
Sword in the Stone?
Sword in the Stone, yeah.
Which is a underrated Disney flick.
It's good.
That was a good one.
Yeah, but that game it's not that bad for parents.
No,
kids.
especially when it just gets chucked on Game Pass too. Like again, I don't know. We sound like a commercial for Game Pass at this point, but
who isn't talking about Game Pass though? There's there's so it's like that or Steam are just where the places where like so many games are.
Mm-hmm. It's the fact that you're just paying a monthly subscription and you're getting like 6 to 8 games a month dropped on you, which is already too many. But then they just keep piling on between that and the stuff you actually buy yourself, like Overwatch. But I also played SpiderHeck. Eric, we tried to play it.
We couldn't figure out how to fucking get in the same game together.
In general, SpiderHeck is a pretty, I don't know, it's a fun game. I played some quick play with some randoms on it, but it's like a party game where you're spiders like with weapons jumping and swinging around a little environment. I compared it to you guys know Worms.
Yeah.
There's the ninja rope in Worms.
Yeah.
You stick on things and you fling yourself around. It's got that mechanic in it.
Okay.
You can use that constantly, and like it's a big environment with like levels and stuff that you can jump around on, but there's like lightsabers and laser guns and stuff like that, and you can fling them at each other, but you can also pull them back to yourself with like the force, or I don't know what you want to call it, but they're it's like a party game, kind of like Night Squad is, or where like you can set up like different encounters, and it's either everybody kill themselves and see who can win, and then it'll flip to the next level, and it's like, all right, keep jumping up until don't get caught by the lava, or there's all these different ways where it's like a Fall Guys kind of, where you're doing different game modes with your friends in a party, but swinging around spider lightsabers at each other. It's a fun party game. If it worked, it would have been all the more sweeter, but playing with randoms was fun. But it's an interesting little game on there. It's by Never Jam. It came out September, so it's a very new game as well. So fresh on Game Pass. I don't think it's very expensive either. I think it's like $15 on Steam, but $15 could get you Game Pass for a month. I don't know. It's a tough pull, but that was the other one I was playing a little bit. You guys got any shows to talk about?
Not really.
You all dried up? No?
I got a couple more games, but I just wanted to blow through them really quick. I know we've been running long. Sure. I mean, Chivalry 2 we all played. I don't know how much there is to say about it other than it was fun.
It's first person, run around and murder people.
Medieval,
first person, large
melee combat.
Yeah, archers. You could be dudes with axes. You could have a sword, like a knight. You could I think you can get on like things like catapults and shoot stuff at people. You can shoot
like the big crossbows and
battering rams, and I don't really care for the open field battles. I think that's kind of like, after a while it's just like button mashing kind of nonsense. But I like when one's in the castle and they're trying to get into the castle, and you're trying to I like that, like the storming, like the sieging.
Yeah.
So
it makes For Honor so good.
Yeah, I don't like the combat in that game. I think it's probably fine. I just it's not intuitive to me. I'm sure once you get your head wrapped around it, but at least with Chivalry 2, it's like, left trigger holds up a shield or what it blocks. Mm-hmm. Right trigger swings, left trigger swings.
Standard.
I prefer the Chivalry 2 style, because it's like physics based and it feels more weighty and realistic, I guess. But
do that with Skyrim. Give me a Skyrim with like that many people. How fucking sick would that be? Where you could have like 100 people in Skyrim together. You guys want to take down a dragon? Yeah! You got dudes on fucking horses, dudes on, can we get that?
That would be amazing.
I don't care about graphics. Just stay with these graphics and just make this work.
This is like the lamest part about Skyrim, is when you get like the Civil War and you're like, all right, choose a side. We're going to storm the town.
There's like 10
20
people.
Dudes. I'm like, what is this?
I know, but every city is also like 50 buildings, maybe.
Right, yeah.
It's just like, it should be thousands.
Yeah.
Maybe with Unreal 5 they can figure this shit out.
Yep.
Oh, they got their own engine. But all right, Eric, what else you got?
I got one more quick hit. It's actually a mobile game. That's actually been fun too. Came to Apple Arcade recently. It's called Shovel Knight Dig, which is basically the I don't know if you guys played Shovel Knight, but I fucking love Shovel Knight.
It's on my backlog.
Great game.
It is.
Great game. And this is essentially a roguelike roguelite, I guess, version of Shovel Knight, where you're basically going down levels, like you're digging down underground to get, as far as you can get. And every time you die, you get transported back to the surface. You can buy upgrades, all that good stuff, all the, roguelike stuff, trappings. But it's actually really fun, and I like it a lot because I have the Backbone controller for my phone. So, you hook your phone into it and it turns your phone into like basically a mini
like
Switch.
A Switch, yeah.
But it's like, this game is perfect for it because I don't know, I wouldn't really want to play this game like a platformer on a touchscreen. No. But with the Backbone, it's perfect. Like,
right.
And it runs so good on like new iPhone, and it just looks gorgeous. And
does that work with Android
really
too?
Fun.
Is it like a Bluetooth connection?
No. The Backbone is specifically for iPhone because it has like the Lightning connector where you plug it in.
Oh, okay.
But there is Android versions. Like I forgot the other main one, like the other main brand of those type of controllers. But yeah, they have them out there.
It's dope. I think it's cool.
I love it. I mean, I don't play Apple Arcade that often, but when I do, having that thing handy is really nice because like touchscreen, like joystick touchscreens are never good.
That's why I don't play on my phone because I just can't. Like I'll wait to play on Xbox later if I want to play a game. Like I can't.
Touchscreens. The same way with PC games.
I can't sit at a desk after working at a desk. Like at least the video, like I can stand up, I can sit down, I can move around when I play with a console.
Yeah, so the difference between sitting here and then sitting over here is I have my TV behind me for people who can't see.
You're just facing the other way. It's a whole different world.
It's a whole different world, exactly.
I'm the same way in here, so.
Yep.
Although sometimes when I get my gaming itch, Eric was talking about VR, man, and it got me. Like last time he was talking about VR, and I'm like, man, I got to play my VR. And there's 2 games I checked out. That boxing game.
Yeah, I got you into Thrill of the Fight.
Dude, I could not believe I did 3 fights in that game, and then like a couple like.
Dude, I'm telling you, man.
But like I couldn't, and the reviews cracked me up. This game changed my life. I'm like, I like that's usually when you do when it's like a 1-star game. This game's like almost got 5 stars or whatever, and people are just saying that like it's clean up their act. They're like losing weight. I don't know if they're being serious or not, but like people are just saying that like
this is like one of the best workouts that I've ever done.
Dude, I
do it almost every day.
I couldn't lift my arms for 3 days. They were sore. They were so sore for 3 days. The second day was even the worst. I couldn't believe it. I was like, how punching the air, but like it really it makes you sweat. The first game I'm like wearing like a hoodie and jeans. And then I'm like, all right, let me take my hoodie off. And then I'm like, I gotta take my jeans. I gotta get like, I'm going to the gym.
I'm telling you, dude.
And I maybe I did more than 3. I probably did 4 or 5 fights or something like that. But I went like a maniac until I couldn't fight anymore. I was so tired. And yeah, dude, that game really got me going. And then I was just like, it's kind of cool. I have a VR set. I never used my Oculus, so I checked out the Star Wars Tales from the. Oh, what is it called?
Yeah,
Tales from the Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, how is that?
It's actually pretty fun. Like I'm playing on easy.
Is that the thing on Disney? Or
yeah, it's cool. It's just like a first-person shooter in Star Wars. I like it, and it was cool. One of the cool things I'll say this, and then we can wrap up. One of the cool things I like about it, those training droids that they have in A New Hope that Luke has
that floats around.
Yeah. So this game has a really cool mechanic where you can collect those things. And I'm playing on easy, so they're probably abundant, but they have different versions. They all have different abilities. But I love, this is my favorite thing about Star Wars is like the droids. I love it. And because I don't have a BB-8 or R2 unit following me, like what they do is they have these guys flying around you. So you just come to here, but they're around you and they help shoot things for you. But some of them are like kamikaze. They'll go out there. Other ones are like, they'll have like a shield, and other ones are like, so it's pretty cool. But you can have like up to 3. And all you do is just grab it, and you just, in VR, I love doing this. You just grab it, and you just when you find it, you just throw it in the air, and it just sticks, and then it comes alive. Or you can put it in your inventory is on your chest. And it's just, cool. It's just very intuitive. I really like this game. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Yeah, that's
Turns out VR is pretty cool.
It is
very cool.
You got to get in the right mindset though. Like you can't do it when you're exhausted. It's like, I'm going to squeeze like a half hour, and then go to bed. Like, you got to do it.
That's always my struggle.
Like after dinner or like while you're, I don't know, like you just got to do it earlier.
I'm always
As an
thinking like
adult.
when I'm getting ready to play games at night, I'm like, I could play some VR right now, but then I'm like, I don't really feel like it.
I know,
That's
it's
the
so
way
intense.
The Wii failed, but like motion controls failed in general. Like, because people just want to relax on their couch and play something. Like
Call of Duty
you
3,
you
you had to like
and
shake the
swinging your arms and like
Yeah,
I definitely have to
doing
be
all
in the
sorts of
mood
shit.
for it, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Wii bowling, like it's not something that you're just gonna do before bed. Or,
Well, they
any of
just
those
announced
motion
a
games.
Oculus Quest Pro for $1,500 bucks.
$1,500 fucking
$1,500?
Yeah,
I know.
It's insane.
And then they're also like,
Shit.
you can get Game Pass on here, which is like, at first I was like, oh, that sounds awesome. But that just means it's like going on YouTube in VR. It's just like a curved screen in front of you.
You could probably play it like
Yeah.
on the big screen, you know, because they have like those VR apps where it looks like you're in a movie
Big
theater,
screen,
but
yeah.
you can throw up like a movie or a game or something. Which
Yeah,
would be,
you're
I think
moving
that would
in
be
a
kind
regular
of cool.
first-person
But it's
game.
not
You're
4K.
gonna throw up.
But it's not, I don't know. It's like, it's like,
That's true.
The resolution's not that tight.
You'd
but-
have
well,
to play something
well,
like
yeah.
SpiderHeck or something. You can't first-person games.
Right.
Like, there's a reason why they teleport to move now. It's because people get sick. So,
Yeah,
well, before we go, I got two quick ones.
sure.
Have you guys watched any of She-Hulk?
No.
What's going on over there? What is it? Good? Bad?
I
What's
thought it
up?
was like a
It's
joke,
not-
like
it's not
at
horrible.
first, but
It's-
people are like loving it. Like
It's
a lot of things I've
weirdly-
seen.
It's weirdly good. It's like not like it's like a chick who's a lawyer who's She-Hulk. Like it's like her everyday life. It's not like some universe-ending thing's gonna happen or things are gonna explode. It's like her going on like dates and like making a dating profile as should I make one as Jen or should I make one as She-Hulk, and like you know it is kind of a chicky Marvel-y show a little bit because they do deal with like dating and one night stands and self-image and you know self-doubt and all that kind of stuff. But I mean everybody has those issues where it's kind of across the board, but it is like it's weirdly like funny. She kind of does the same thing. I think she does this in the comics. She-Hulk is she like breaks the fourth wall talking to the audience.
Yeah, I heard about that.
She does
Yeah.
that throughout this in the show here and there, which is you know it's a little jarring, but it's
like Saved
still,
by the Bell, like Slater, or not Slater, Zach.
Yeah, like Zach a little bit. It's
Pretty
not
just-
not
it's-
Time Out, but yeah,
It's just a
Uh,
sitcom essentially then with a
Yeah.
superhero.
yeah, and it's funny and it's you know it's entertaining. I'll give it that. So I can watch it with the kids in the room and not have to worry about it.
I should be
and
watching
everything
that
like
instead of Hocus Pocus 2 and Pinocchio.
Yeah. But that was not. It's not gonna change your life, but it's good entertainment and it's good to kind of you know throw on for a little bit. What else was there? Oh yeah,
You said
there's
you had
this-
two.
There's this other game that came out. It's called Fallout 76.
Oh god, here we go.
All right, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back, guys. You wrap up
No,
me.
I just wanted to like because they were doing.
No,
they
just
gave away
messing.
a free month of the premium subscription for part of the Game Pass perks, and I had
Okay.
I'd never paid for it. Like when you sign up for it, you get like tokens to spend on you know cosmetics. They do the same thing where everything you buy is cosmetic or just makes your life easier, like carry weight boosters or stuff like that. But so I signed up for a month, and it kind of got me back into it because it's Halloween, and you know everybody has their camp set up like haunted houses, and you put candy dishes out, and you got to have people stop at your camp to get candy out of your candy dish. You know, it's like I was telling Eric, it's like a real world like in-game trick-or-treating mechanic that they have to unlock stuff, and it's just fun and cool. But
It's cute.
they just did another expansion, the pit, where you go to Pittsburgh and you can do missions over there and then bring stuff back, and you know it's kind of interesting. But it's cool. It's fun to play around Christmas time and around the holidays because everybody gets all fancy and dressed up and decorates appropriately, and it's weird. So it's a great community in Fallout, as weird as it is. But
All 76 of you.
all 76 of us, yes. So no, there's a fair number of servers.
No,
going still, so.
yeah, I'm
It's
curious if
pathetic.
I'm curious if that's gone up because like I love when because you get like No Man's Sky and then you know since we did our last episode I think Cyberpunk 77 right had a big kind of
Cybersunk when that came back, yeah.
They had that patch come out, and they kind of got everybody back on, and now it's like there's more people playing it than ever before.
Yeah, that one did have a good. You keep working on your game, and you keep making it better, and surprise, surprise, people will keep playing it. So they've been chugging away. They could have dumped bait and run on Fallout a long time ago, but Bethesda's got money now, so they can do whatever the fuck they want. So nice. All right, well. I think that's it. We talked about Game Pass a lot. I just wanted to give a shout out. They just added Costume Quest. If you're going to play a game with your kid at all this month, download Costume Quest, throw it on. It's a fun little kids game. You go trick-or-treating and you fight goblins. End of story. So other than that, I think we're good. Eric, why don't you hit us with the socials and let's get out of here.
Sure. If you want to share with us what you've been playing or watching or whatever, you can email us at nomadsoffantasy@gmail.com. You can get us on Twitter at nomadsoffantasy and Instagram as well at nomadsoffantasy. You could also join our Discord if you want to talk to us directly. The nomadsoffantasy.com/Discord for that. And then the nomadsoffantasy.com for all of your other nomad needs. And with that, we're out of here. Safe travels, nomads.
Peace out.